As a kid, I thought I had happened upon something incredible. It was like a moment of wonder for me. I felt like I was an explorer going on this great adventure. I never thought that these crazy experiments in my garage would lead to something. I was shocked to find out that we lose over 25% of our world's entire food supply to spoilage. I learned that the world's farmers were harvesting enough food to feed the planet, but we just weren't able to distribute food efficiently enough, so that over 800 million people were still going hungry every single day. It all actually started when I was in middle school and I was visiting my grandma in India. My mom warned me to be really careful about drinking the tap water. I accidentally drank almost an entire cup. But my grandma made this mixture of different spices and gave me like this murky brown spiced tea, and I ended up not getting sick. As soon as I got back home, I started to do little experiments in my garage where I was taking some of the spices and adding them to samples of dirty pond water. And then a few weeks later, they looked totally clean. They didn't have anything growing in them. But one day I was grocery shopping with my mom, and I noticed that all the strawberries seemed to have some fuzz growing at the bottom. That was when I had that first aha moment where I thought, I wonder what would happen if I dipped berries in my mixture. The results were just unbelievable. And I kept trying different mixtures. I tried to think of different ways to use what I learned. And eventually I put the spices into paper, and I called it fresh paper. That's kind of how this came about. We started with no funding. We had no experience and we had no resources, but at every step of the way, people came forward to help us because they believed in our mission. They believed in the idea that simple can be powerful. That was when we first started to think that maybe we could build a social enterprise where we could sell fresh paper to growers and farmers and retailers and consumers, and that would enable us to give it away to food banks. Even having a 1 or 2 day extension in shelf life can do tremendous things for how many people a food bank is able to feed.
So we would just open up a box here?
That's exactly right. So in a crate of this size, you could just put one on top, maybe one on the side. The spices in fresh paper are naturally antifungal and antibacterial.
Oh.
So much of making a difference is just understanding that, usually you are enough. You have everything that you need to take the first step. Sometimes being an outsider, whether you're the only woman in the room or the youngest person or the least experienced, can be a tremendous advantage because you don't really know all of the ways that things could go wrong and see how you might do it totally differently than anyone else has ever thought of before.
quite sure what happens to objects when they leave their sight. Sky's mom keeps disappearing and reappearing. No wonder peekaboo is so much fun. During their first year, however, infants will learn an important concept: object permanence. Everything has a life of its own, even if it is out of sight.
At Maya's age, babies know to look for the object, but they might not have everything else straight. 10-month-old Simon is about to make a classic mistake. Although he watched us place the toy plane under the white cloth, he'll look for where he last found it, not where he watched us hide it.
Can you look at these two glasses? Do you think that they have the same amount of juice? You think they have the same? Okay. Now we're going to pour this juice into this glass. Now, do you think that this glass has more juice, this glass has more juice, or do you think that they have the same amount?
That one has more.
This one has more, and why do you think that this one has more?
Because it's taller.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this row have more quarters? Does this row have more quarters, or do they have the same?
1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're both the same.
They're the same?
5, 5.
Okay. Okay. Does this row have more quarters? Does this row have more, or do they have the same?
This one has more.
That one has more quarters?
Yeah.
Why does this row have more quarters?
Because it's more far away.
It's more far away?
Yeah, it's more far away than that. Looks like bigger.
Alright, we're going to play a game with the graham crackers, and we're going to share them between me and you, okay? Okay. Shared those fairly?
No.
No, why not?
You share. You have those and I have this one.
Well, what if we try this? Okay, can I put this down right there?
Okay.
Now is it fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it fair now?
Because we both have two.
Can you tell me what you see when you look at that from where you're sitting? What are some of the things that you see?
And a cat.
A cat.
And a tree and a bone.
Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. Can you tell me what you see when you look at it from that stool?
An owl.
An owl?
And him.
What is that?
A goat.
A goat?
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you see?
Yeah, right there.
Right there, what is that?
A tree.
A tree.
And that's another little tree.
Another little tree?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And can you tell me what I see when I look at this from where I'm sitting right here?
An owl.
Okay.
And a goat.
Mm-hmm.
And a little tree. And that. And that. It's not the same amount. It has the same amount of juice in it, but this one is just wider and this one's skinnier, but they have the same amount of juice in it.
It says, if you hit a glass with a hammer, the glass will break.
I knew that.
And then this one says, Dawn hit a glass with a hammer.
I knew that too.
So what happened to the glass?
It broke.
It broke. Why did it break?
Because the handle's hard.
If you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break.
No.
And this is the second rule. Dawn hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass?
Nothing.
Nothing happened. Why didn't anything happen?
Because the feather was soft.
If you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break.
Okay.
And the second one, Don hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass?
It broke.
And why did it break?
Because it always says if you hit a glass with a feather, it'll break. So if you hit a glass with a feather, broke.
مقارنة المجموعات. وردة ونهر جعانين. وردة اقترحت على نهر انهم يجمعوا فواكه من الغابة. نهر ووردة راحوا يجمعوا فواكه علشان ياكلوها، ويجمعوا كمان الاغصان الجافة عشان مامتهم شمس تولع بيها النار عشان تطبخ عليها. نهر ووردة جمعوا حاجات كتير. شمس طلبت منهم يفصلوا الأغصان عن الفواكه. دلوقتي عندنا حاجتين مختلفين، عدد من الفواكه وعدد من الأغصان. هنسمي عدد الفواكه ده مجموعة من الفواكه لأنهم كلهم فواكه، وكل الأغصان مع بعض مجموعة من الأغصان لأنهم كلهم أغصان. ما ينفعش نحط فاكهة مع مجموعة الأغصان لأن الفاكهة مش أغصان، ولا نحط أغصان مع مجموعة الفواكه لأن الأغصان مش فواكه. شمس دلوقتي عايزة تفصل الفواكه عن بعض وتقسمهم لأنواع مختلفة. كده نبقى عملنا مجموعتين جداد، مجموعة من الموز ومجموعة من التفاح. دلوقتي بقى وردة بتفصل التفاح حسب لونه. كده عملنا مجموعتين جداد تانيين، مجموعة من التفاح الأخضر ومجموعة من التفاح الأحمر. تعرفوا كمان إننا ممكن نقسم التفاح حسب حجمه، مجموعة من التفاح الصغير ومجموعة من 5 تفاحات خضراء. يلا بقى نعد مجموعة التفاح الأحمر: 1 2 3 4 4 تفاحات حمراء. أي مجموعة فيهم فيها عدد تفاحات أكبر، مجموعة التفاح الأخضر ولا مجموعة التفاح الأحمر؟ صح، مجموعة التفاح الأخضر فيها عدد أكبر. كده نقدر نقول إن مجموعة التفاح الأخضر أكبر من مجموعة التفاح الأحمر. طب يا ترى إيه عدد مجموعة الموز؟ 1 2 3 4 5 5 موزات. كده نقدر نقول إنه مجموعة التفاح الأحمر أقل من مجموعة الموز ومجموعة التفاح الأخضر، لكن مجموعة الموز تساوي مجموعة التفاح الأخضر. اتعلمنا النهاردة إن المجموعة هي عدد من الأشياء المتشابهة، وإننا بنقسم الأشياء دي لمجموعات حسب نوعها وحجمها ولونها. وكمان عملنا مقارنة بين المجموعات علشان نعرف الفرق بين المجموعات في الحجم. ممكن يكون في مجموعة أكبر من التانية أو أقل من مجموعة أو تساوي مجموعة تانية.